Hey, what is up everyone? So what I have in my hands right now is the iPhone 5. Now if you're unfamiliar, which you probably aren't, actually I'm not even going to go into any details. This phone came out in 2011, I think. So this phone is almost 6 years old. Now the sad thing is that this phone recently just got discontinued from Apple. So this is iOS 10.3 is the last update it got. So we got updates from like iOS 6, I believe. I'll correct it if it's not on the screen, but up to iOS 10.3. So this thing was insane. These things still go for like less than $100 on eBay. So it's kind of interesting to see how a 6-year-old device made from Apple still holds up today. So first of all, it's looking around the body. You can see it's still solid. Depending on the condition of the iPhone that you're going to get, sometimes the lightning port isn't as great. I'll tell you like this, it's really hard to find an iPhone 5 with really good battery life or even kind of average battery life. This one specifically, I don't know if it's the battery or if it's just the phone right now running the newest software, but the battery life on this is not that good at all. But I have heard that it's really easy to change the battery in these things, so that's always an option. The home button is still solid as well. It doesn't have Touch ID, but it really doesn't bother me that much. But you should know that you cannot make like Apple Pay payments through this thing or anything that involves Touch ID. Performance honestly is not that bad for a 6-year-old phone. It's slow, obviously, it's not going to be fast, but for what it is and how old it is, it's honestly surprising that there's really very few dropped frames. Here I'm just kind of messing around a little bit, but you can see that me scrolling through things, kind of like turning on a spotlight on and off, you can see that it's still pretty smooth. But when you open apps and whatever, it's gonna take a little bit of time. Here I'm opening just a couple apps and you can see that it kind of loads up pretty fast, but it comes on the screen pretty fast, but it doesn't load up very fast. It takes a little bit of time. So here I'll just load up like Super Mario Run, because that's not fair because I already had it in the background. So as you can see, it wasn't that slow, but it wasn't that fast either. So you kind of have to keep that in mind and take it with a grain of salt. And depending on your usage and what software you're going to get that's running on this, maybe it'll be slower, maybe it'll be faster. And I personally think this is one of the best phones Apple ever made. This or the iPhone 5S, they both have the same shape kind of. It's just the block design with the circular top. It just makes it so amazing, I think. The camera isn't that good either. It's an 8 megapixel sensor, so it's obviously, it's a little bit dated. It's 6 years old. But if I were to take a picture of just like the table right here, you can see that it's a little grainy, it's a little messed up, and when you take photos with the 8 megapixel sensor on the back with how old it is, you can see that it's starting to develop some stuff, some fuzz and some stuff that got behind the camera lens. So it kind of sucks because in order to fix that, you have to kind of take it out or maybe get a hair dryer and kind of blow it out a little bit. And it doesn't have slow-mo. It does have time-lapse and video and obviously all that stuff, panorama, but it doesn't have slow-mo. This phone cannot shoot 60 frames per second. So if that's kind of the stuff you're going to want to get into, maybe an iPhone 6 or iPhone 5S might be a better choice for you. And here I'll just do a little bit of quick gaming to kind of give you a sense that, it can still kind of game pretty well. I'm honestly pretty surprised about it because this is a 6-year-old device. I'm pretty sure like some 6-year-old Android phones can't really, come up to this caliber as well, gaming wise. Now it does kind of suck that this phone is not being supported anymore, but it makes perfect sense. I'm honestly surprised that I even got this far. But if you're really interested in picking one of these up, obviously eBay would be good choices. I don't think Amazon has any of these. I would just be careful, this is an old phone, so you never know when it's going to break, if parts are going to start failing. The lightning ports are usually the first things to go, the lightning port or the home button. So you kind of have to be careful if you're planning on picking one of these up. But really, that's about it. Should you pick one of these up, or are these still worth it? I would say yeah, in a sense. Like if you want to go pick one of these up just kind of as like a trap phone or something, if you want to like bring this with you, if you're going on a road trip or you're going to go hiking in the Grand Canyons or something, I don't know, and you don't want to bring your like iPhone 7, then maybe you can get one of these with like a battery pack or something and just charge it on the way and not be afraid of breaking it. But as your everyday phone, I don't really know. If you're like a teenager or something, maybe this is good for you. But if you're like a student or if you're like a person with an actual job doing something, then this probably isn't a good choice. So yeah, that's honestly the realest way I can put it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. I don't know, just do something. Add me on all those social networks around the screen. Watch my other videos as well. They should be around this box. I love all of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.